October 9th, 2018, Town Council meeting to order. Roll call. Maryville.
Andy Schaefer.
Here.
Andy Key.
Here.
Trey Roby.
Here.
Luke Gear.
Present.
Tyson Hacking.
Here.
Matt Belgren.
Here.
Rich Gardner.
Here.
Tyson, would you mind giving that invocation, please?
Yes. Our dear Father in heaven, we're so very grateful that we are able to gather together and discuss the needs of the town. Heavenly Father, we ask thee to bless us that we can have the town's best interest at heart and do our best to do what's right. We're grateful for the opportunity to serve and ask thee to bless us that we can help those in need. And we love thee and say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Lisa, will you lead us in the pledge, please? You want to get it straight? You want to get it out there? That's it.
Thanks, Lisa.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 5, discussion action to approve the minutes of the September 25th, 2018 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the September 25th meeting. I'll second that.
Tyson made the motion. Matt second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Petitions and public input. CJ? Item C. Very good. Changes to the agenda? Only thing
Jeff couldn't be here tonight, so
Okay.
I'll just give you an update on his
Okay.
activities.
Public hearings? None. Committee and board meetings?
We haven't had any lately.
Reports from council? Matt?
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody that the community, or everybody's invited to the No on Proposition 112 rally. It's going to be held Wednesday, October 17th from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Rangeley Auto Museum. And as I think Andy Key mentioned earlier, that's associated with Amendment 74. And we have already voted to support
The opposition of.
the opposition of Amendment 74. So just, we need to show our support.
Any other council members have anything to report? Supervisor's report. Don, you want to give yours first, please?
Sure. Don Reed, Utilities Director. Operations for the water plant kind of slowed down this time of the year. We're about 0.5 MGDs a day. Staff and I, we've been working on all the facilities, getting things winterized for winter and getting our heating systems up and running. We're hoping to schedule pretty soon here within the next couple of weeks. West Tech will be in to start the repairs for the rake arm, which is a warranty item. Hopefully that'll run smooth and the weather won't get too cold before we reach that point. We just completed pretty much a major round of sampling that we do at this time of the year. 11 copper samples were completed. Our SOCs, our VOCs, our distribution byproducts. So far we're waiting on results, but everything looks pretty good. We had to replace a couple of pieces of analytical equipment that we have at the water plant, but we're still within budget. We're doing okay. We're hanging in there. Down at the wastewater plant, we had some cattle come through over on the park, and they decided to take out all the fencing over there. But we've got it all back up and fixed and repaired. We're still working on the aerators in Pond A It's been an ongoing project for a while, but it's a pretty slow process, but we're hoping to wrap it up here probably by mid-November, have our aerators back in Pond A, and most of the sludge has been removed and gone from the property. We have a couple small piles left. We reseeded the front area. Probably wait till spring before we reseed the back area. A little bit more work we got to do on the catwalks. We found some other planks that weren't too bad. The raw water system, we had some problems with some of the sump pumps down there. Actually wound up, the system was down. We were able to makeshift one of our other pumps that we had and be able to adapt it in there. So they had to limp by a little bit on the raw water system, but they were okay. We got both pumps back in, and so now we actually have a backup pump for them, and things are pretty good. We'll be taking the raw water system down next Monday, and then we'll be doing our inspection on the tanks. We also completed for the water treatment. We have a biannual tank inspection. We just completed our comprehensive tank inspection that was required by state. And for the lab at the water plant, if everything goes accordingly, January 1st, we will be able to do our labs, a lot of our labs on site. This ought to be a pretty good adventure for us for 2019 and overall help.
And realize the cost savings.
And really drop some of our costs and safety. We won't have to send people over the mountain all winter. It's pretty much wraps it up for me.
Do you want to brag on some of your employees?
Yeah, Michael Dillon, he went to his next level. Emily Peterson, she went to her next level. Real happy with them. They're both, Mike's outstanding in that field. Seems like you don't have to do anything, just take the test and he passed. But he said he struggled a little bit on this one, but he still did really well. And Emily's also outstanding. And Joe, he didn't quite make it, but I'll take 2 out of 3 anytime. So, any questions?
With all the rain, Don, has that affected the water quality at all? Is there any silting problems or?
It affects the water quality. It just takes us a lot more time to do our labs and process what we need, and we have to do a lot of process controls. But before we get to the final product, we've done this for a long time, so we're pretty good at it. But you see what's coming in when you look at the river, and you see what comes out of your tap, and 2 different things. So, but a little bit maybe with some taste and odor issues, but I don't think too much.
You talked about the effect of some of the burns. Has that affected the water at all?
Not at
or?
this time.
Okay.
Could be coming though. We'll find out. When we start seeing certain parameters in our lab testing start to drop and change dramatically on a day-to-day basis, and we're prepared and ready to go for it. When we do that, we just start making a lot of adjustments to our chemical treatment, and we're able to overcome that. So.
Do you know what the current river flow, CFM, is?
Yeah, we're almost 500. We're well out of danger. Now let's just hope we have a good winter.
Where Douglas Creek comes into the White River, there was that big fire up there, and you can see the black and the water coming through it.
And that's a good thing for us because that's below the water plant intake. Someone planned that pretty good. Any other questions?
Thanks, Don.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Lisa?
So, Public Works and Buildings and Grounds, they're of course working on winterizing everything in addition to trying to tie out Tanglewood, which Mother Nature is not being very cooperative right now. So they have done all the curb gutter and sidewalks, and they're backfilling the sidewalks right now. They've been prepping for the back parking lot, the parking lot at the water plant, and also you'll notice the curb along this, like where the pool memorial will be at. They're going to pour that hopefully this next week. They will probably be working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday so that the pavement people can get in there on days that we're not having inclement weather. I think Kelly and Brian and he, besides their regular duties, have been assisting them with all of those things as well. And police department just got hired 2 new dispatchers, so they'll hopefully be back up to staff after, usually takes 2 to 3 months to get them all trained up, but they're working a heavier schedule till that happens. They also have had an offer by the sheriff's department if we need to switch over, like during the slow hours during the nighttime, we can do that. And Anthony said he would just do that for us as, to help us out. There would be no cost involved, so they will
Okay.
do that if they need to. Still no applications for police officers, so Vincent has talked to the instructors at the academy in Junction and maybe Delta, and he's talking to them about possible candidates. And also, we're still seriously looking at maybe sponsoring a candidate, but he will bring that before the Public Safety Committee and talk about that further before our next meeting. Do you guys have any questions about anything else or any other departments?
Did the stuff get resolved with Elaine?
Elaine is getting inspections done by Jeff Coomer. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes. And he went and did an inspection, and she's still lacking a few things. So until he gets those things resolved, we won't do a certificate of completion. But I believe she's working on it, and I have not heard any, anything from Elaine that she's not gonna
It's
be
moving
happy
in a better
with how
direction.
this is progressing.
Yeah, it's moving in a better direction now.
I hope so. Yes.
I'd just like to say, I'd like to recognize the people that have been working on the pool memorial, because I recognize that you had cross-functional teams out there, from different group departments in the rain, shovels in hand, trying to make that happen. You know what I mean? I was impressed by the participation. I mean, I know they're getting paid, right? But still,
Well,
it's
that is a labor of love.
yeah.
So, and Janet, of course, she knows her plants, and she has designed and tried to put that together, so she has definitely deserves some acknowledgement for that. But all the other employees have pitched in whenever she needed it. So, and hopefully, I don't know if we'll get to, get the pool family here this year, but if not, we'll do it first thing early spring. It depends on the weather. She wants it to look really nice. I said the deer are still going to eat the trees, so you better do it before they eat it this winter. But I'll make sure she knows that, Matt. That would be, I'm sure, very much appreciated.
Anything else for Lisa? Old business? New business. Item A, discussion action to approve the September 2018 check register.
I'll make a motion to approve the September 2018 check register.
Second.
Motion by Matt, second by Rich. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, discussion action to approve the 2019 draft budget.
Can you do a quick overview, or?
I don't think, or has there been any changes since the last?
There has not been any changes since we had our last work session.
Does anybody have questions for Lisa?
Will you guys hold another work session on it?
I don't believe, Jen, that we will unless there's still some capital projects that could be in question. But unless we need to discuss something, that is a substantial value monetarily, I don't think we will. We're going to probably see how the executive search goes for the town manager. That might affect some of our payroll figures. So, until then, but it'll definitely be on the agenda if we do.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2019 draft budget.
Second.
Motion's made by Trey, second by Rich. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item C, discussion and action to approve the special event liquor permit for CNCC Foundation Murder Mystery Dinner on October 20th, 2018, from 6:30 to 9:30 in the Weiss, Colorado room. Now, CJ, you're up. Sure.
Yeah, if you don't mind, and just state your name.
Kendra Roby. I'm representing Colorado Northwestern. Chief Wilczek had asked for some more information after I applied for the license. He, I think, got the impression that because it's at the college, it was for the college students, and then I was applying for a liquor license for 18 to 20-year-olds. So he wanted more information on how we're going to do ID checks. It's not an event, it's to raise money for the athletic department. It's open to the students if they want to come and pay the $60 ticket fee, but it's more open to the community. We're kind of running it like the Crab Crack. That's what I know, so that's kind of how we're running it with the alcohol and raffle and stuff like that. So we have 12 staff, athletic staff members that will be around the event to manage any underage drinking or anything like that. We have wristbands going on all of our athletes, so we know who they are. There'll be more bus boys, if anything. And then we also have reached out to our National Park Service Academy that will be doing security and checking IDs at the table and at the door. So just wanted to see if there were any questions, since Chief Wilczek had some questions about it.
I think in his notes, he said he didn't have a problem with it.
I think initially it just didn't have the layout, and that
Right, it
was
sounded
part
like
of
it was more for younger
Right,
students, and why are we
right.
applying for liquor license for younger, for 18 to 20 year olds?
So is it our position to approve?
We need to approve the liquor license.
So I make a motion that we do approve this event liquor permit for CNCC Foundation.
Second.
Oh. Motion is being made by Matt and second by Rich. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Abstain.
Trey abstained. Motion carries. Thanks, CJ. Item D, discussion action to approve agreement between Rangeley Development Agency, the urban renewal entity for the town of Rangeley, and Synergy Builders LLC, satisfying and canceling the note of $120,000 on the Sagewood project from the agreement in June of 2012.
So I'll kind of give you a little background, and Andy can chip in too. Back in 2010, there was a housing assessment done by Rio Blanco County, and part of it was that we didn't have any affordable, up-to-date housing in Rangeley. So the RDA, and with the town's blessing, entered into the agreement that they would build 3 duplexes, and also gave them an interest-free loan of $120,000. In the agreement, it also stated that at the end of the 5 years, they could either repay the loan, or the town would possibly, town RDA would consider taking on one of the units, and that would be either utilized to sell and, repay the note, plus if there was any, profit, that would go back into the RDA. And so we are at the end of that, in fact, a little bit over that, and we've been in negotiations with Synergy for the last 3 months. The RDA went back and forth about having a unit because they didn't want to be in competition with other people that had rentals in town. But I think what their decision was that they would go ahead and take the unit as repayment of the note. But in the original agreement, it also stated that we would pay $147,500 for a ranch-style unit. And in negotiations with Darren, what we came up with is that he would take the $120,000 as we would take the unit, and then he would get a letter from the RDA in the town that he was donating the additional 27.5 to the RDA, RDC, and that would be like a write-off for him. There would be no money exchanged because that's what we had in the original agreement. So basically what this agreement says is that the RDA will take on one unit, and the revenues from that unit will go into the RDA to help fund more grants or funding towards other projects within the town. And that's only going to be for a short period of time, maybe a year or two, until the housing market gets better. And then we will continue to manage those units for another 3 years. And at that time, decide if, we want to be out of the management of it. I believe the town managing them has kept the units in good shape. They're more marketable. We have kept them full the whole time. Very rarely have they not been rented. So I guess what we're asking for is your approval for the RDA to enter into this agreement with Synergy and take one of those units as repayment for that note.
So you said there's no money changing hands, but that 27.5 is, right?
That's just going to be a donation on Synergy's part, and the town or RDA will just write a letter saying that is considered a donation to the RDA. All he will get is a write-off. There's not going to be any money.
Is there any tax burden to the town or the
No,
RDA?
we don't pay property taxes or sales tax, and I did also verify with Marlo that there would be no illegal implications by doing that, and she said as long as no one person is benefiting from this transaction, which we won't, that it is perfectly legal.
Has Dan looked at it?
Yes. Actually drafted the agreement.
So how many total units are there? Pardon? How many total units? Six.
3 ranch and 3 two-story.
I
And
talked
you
to
would-
Brad about it,
Go ahead.
and he's in favor of where this is at right now. And he's the chairman of the RDA.
Yes.
I think they've worked quite a bit on it.
And he's been part of the negotiations as well, prior to me being involved.
Yeah, it was one of those things that I think this is the best route, I'll put it that way, to move forward and to keep a healthy relationship with everybody. I do think this is the best route. I'll just leave it at that. That's where we're at with it. Having said that, I'll make a motion to approve the agreement between the RDA and the Urban Renewal Authority of the Town of Rangeley and Synergy Builders LLC, satisfying and canceling the note of $120,000 on the Sagewood project from the agreement in June 2012.
Second.
Andy Key made the motion, Rich second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The informational items, where's her chamber or her calendar of events? Okay.
The vote no rally and the polar plunge, of course, that'll be in November, but they want to get the word out, right?
Okay.
Get some participation.
Okay.
So how much would it take to get you guys to jump in?
A lot.
I'll bring a tent and a heater, for those that
What's that?
do.
I
Get
think
into
that
the
should be a
polar
town
plunge.
council event.
He's done it.
I did it last year. We
I
got
told
in
her
it last
I'd
year in
help if I'm
February.
not working, but yeah. I'll just say again for the public notice, I guess they know too. But there is an AGNC meeting October 17th at the hospital, 9 a.m. So if any of us can make it, that'd be great.
At 9,
9 a.m. Yeah. So
same day as the rally.
yep. Representative Rankin will be there giving I guess you could say a JVC update and update on what his plans are for the 2019 cycle. So if you want to see him.
Any more on informational items? Board vacancies, scheduled announcements are there. We'll adjourn at 7:22. Thank you, guys.